everyone, sorry, let me back up. So this is Nat doing Sunday's Pro Hamster Care video, and it's going to be about how to prepare for a new hamster, your first hamster, any hamster. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is before you get a hamster, always do some research before you get your hamster, especially if it's your first hamster. Sorry, I'm out of breath. So yeah, you can do this by buying a hamster book, like a hamster, how to care for your hamster book. Most of them now are out of date. I found that I bought a Pets at Home one and an RSPCA one, and I found that most of the information in there was out of date, so I just didn't look at them. Some of it's still correct, but most of it is out of date. So the only hamster book I'd recommend is Hamster Encyclopedia. I don't know what it's called. I don't have it, but it's meant to be the best one. So yeah, I'll just put a link in the comment description if you want that. But that's the only one I'd really recommend, just because I know that a lot of people do have that. Just research on YouTube. You know, just watching our videos or any of our videos on our own channels or anything. Just simple research like that is really helpful. Researching your what breed of hamster you want. For beginners, I'd always recommend Syrian hamsters, definitely, because they're the easiest I found to care for, and they're just the cuddliest kind of starter hamsters. So research is simply about cages, toys, food, bedding, different ways of exercising, you know, just things like that. So I definitely recommend research first. Then I would definitely recommend looking at different kinds of cages, depending on for what hamster you want. If it's a Syrian hamster, I would definitely avoid pet shops for this, looking for a cage, because as most of you know, Nibble started off in a really small cage, which is 50 by 30, which he soon grew out of within 2 months. So I would get the biggest cage possible, minimum of 80 by 50. So you're looking at cages like the Hamster Heaven, Zoo Zone 2, possibly the Zoo Zone 1, possibly the Savick Cambridge. It depends. There's a big argument whether that's suitable or not. But yeah, bin cages, tanks. You know, I'll put a few pictures on now. And for dwarf hamsters, I would go with cages such as the Mini Doona, only for one dwarf, not two. Bin cages is a very popular choice for dwarfs. I'm at Bingo, Zoo Zone 1. I'm trying to think of the main ones. I think they're the main. I'm at Fantasy. I think that's right for the dwarfs. I think they're the main ones I can think of right now, so I'll put a few pictures of them on. Sorry, half my head keeps getting chopped out of this. Well, then for toys, for Syrians, you'd need, and for dwarfs, you need suitable wheels. So for a Syrian, an 8-inch minimum, so no silent spinners unless it's a 12-inch one, which is the biggest one. So wheels like the Carly Wonderland, which is the wooden one, the biggest silent spinner, the Flying Saucer, but only the 12-inch one again. Trying to think. I think they do a comfort wheel, a big one, I'm not sure. The Trixie wheel, the Woden wheel. I think they're the main ones. And if you look on Zoo Plus, they've got a few really good new ones which I don't know the names of. So yeah, but they're the wheels. For dwarfs, obviously, I know some shops sell 4.5-inch ones. For me, they are only suitable for small robos, not any other dwarf, definitely not Syrians. So obviously, really, you need, a lot of people use 6.5 silent spinners because they're perfect sizes for dwarfs, or 8-inch, but they definitely won't need any bigger than that. Yeah, so, just things like that, even the 6.5 Flying Saucer as well, so that's a really good one. Other toys such as edible logs, you know, wooden things. I find that wooden shelves, tubes, but rat-sized tubes, not Savic tubes, because I find they're a bit too small for Syrians, but they'll probably be okay for dwarfs. I'm trying to think of other toys. Hammocks, and you get like a whole range of toys really, but only suitable toys which obviously, if you have a hamster that thinks going to chew like hammocks, do not get fabric ones. Personally, I would never get a fabric one for my hamsters, because I know that they're quite chewers, as you know. So, I'm trying to think. Little other things like, cheap things like toilet roll tubes, they're really good, because I know my hamsters really like them. Cardboard boxes, simple thing, I've recently started using them in my hamster cages, because that's also something to chew, and they're like, you know, it's kind of recycling, so that's a bonus, good for the environment. So, toys for dwarfs, them logs from Pets at Home which have holes in, my robos like them. So yes, sand baths as well. Definitely recommend sand baths for both Syrians and dwarfs. Now you need some things for your hamster to chew on. So things like edible logs, any wooden toys really suitable for hamsters, but some people think that you can just buy like a plank of wood and stick it in a hamster cage, and no, you don't do that. Make sure it's bought from a pet shop, because usually they've been tested and it's safe stuff. So don't put like planks of wood and things in. But obviously like cardboard boxes, toilet roll tubes, things like that are really good for chewing. You can get like salt licks as well, but I know a lot of people that have tried, I've tried them, not a big thing, so I wouldn't bother with salt licks. But you can get like mini mineral toys and things that my hamsters like to chew. But obviously too much can make your hamster a bit addicted, so make sure they're not chewing them too much. So, yeah. Now we come on to food. Sorry. So I'm just going to name a few hamster food brands which I'd really recommend. Harry Hamster, or it's called Hazel Hamster in America, or Canada, both. Burgess Super Harvest Hamster, I think that's what it's called. There's a Syrian one and a dwarf one. The dwarf one's a bit more like just like little seeds, but the Syrian one I found is a little bit more like pellety kind of based, which is better, but I just mix Harry Hamster and the dwarf one in, which is fine. Pets at Home Premium is meant to be good, but the actual, you can get Pets at Home just the nuggets, and they are rubbish, so don't get them. And just the normal Pets at Home food isn't very good either. Obviously, you can get local pet shop food brands, which, you know, my ones aren't very good. But I just stick with Harry Hamster, is definitely a really good one. Also, I'd definitely stay away from a food called Wag, which is just full of colourings, and it smells bland, it looks bland, so don't go anywhere near Wag. Bedding. Bedding I would recommend using is Megazorb, Carefresh, a pellet kind of base thing called Back to Nature. I can't say it, or Boyce, or I can't say it, something like that. It's like a kind of safe wood shavings. I think they're the main ones. Ones that I wouldn't really recommend using are wood shavings that are from like a pet store, because they tend to be either cedar or pine. And well, pine or cedar shavings are not good for any breed of hamster, because they can cause respiratory problems with your hamster, and they're not good. They may be cheap, but definitely wouldn't get them. But oh, sorry, laptop's gone off. So I would really, if you're gonna get wood shavings, air them out. So put them all in a bin bag, you know, leave the bag open and let them air out for like a week or so, and then they'll be okay to use. But still, I would not use wood shavings. So I think that's the do's and don'ts. And don't use cat litter either. Definitely no.